Hello everyone, it is time for another modern video today, and what I have for you today is I wanted to go back to one of my older builds. If you've been watching my content for a while now, you know that before they printed not printed, but they made preordained legal again in modern. I was actually high on green-black Infect. I always played green-black Golgari Infect before actually they brought back preordain. And I always thought that Golgari was the best before that. However, ever since the printing of Preordain, I really have never gone back to Golgari. But I figured maybe it's time to try this out again. So this is a list that I just made out on top of my head, adapted to the meta, what I would be playing right now if I was playing Golgari. I have not tested this, so this will be a fresh league, and I will discover alongside you how this feels. So I'm very curious. So what I've done right now is I've in a previous build I've already tested Call of the Ring. It has been really surprisingly good for me. What you really lack in green black is card draw, right? Which blue green has preordain. But I love Call of the Ring because it has so many abilities. You get to draw extra cards. But the abilities of the ring says that the first ability says that your ring bearer is legendary and can't be blocked by creatures, which is very relevant, not being unblockable. Now, I'm sure by now you know that I've been really down on Glistener Elf. I think it's the worst card right now in Infect. I'll dive straight into the build just for in a couple of seconds, but you will see that Glistener Elf is not in the main. I've swapped that for Venerated Rod Priest. If we look at the meta right now, I think maybe it is time to try Golgari again. You know, Scam's on top, Domain Zoo is on top. We also have Prowess coming back, a lot of burn decks. So the main reason to play Golgari is, of course, Phyrexian Crusader. And this is why I've been thinking about going back to this. So let's just dive into the build, and I'll discuss why I've made certain choices and why I'm playing certain cards. So first of all, let's look at this utility. You can see that I'm playing currently 0 Fatal Pushes. Reason for that is that I want to try and just be the combo deck. Be a bit faster. You know, we've seen a bit of a nerf in a couple of combo decks, so that's why I'm still playing 3 Thought Seizes and no more Fatal Pushes. With the decline in combo decks, I think, you know, Fatal Push is still a good card, but I don't think we actually need it, especially with us playing Venerated Rod Priest is such a good blocker. So I don't think we need the Fatal Pushes in the main. Yeah, also have to make room for these Call of the Ring, so I have to find them somewhere. You will see me playing Fatal Push in the sideboard, but I'll pop it on screen in just a couple of seconds. Alright, let's first look at the pump spells. This is pretty stock. Might of Velcrosa, Vines of Vastwood, Scale Up. Currently I'm always playing a 3-4-4 split between 3 Scale Ups and then 4 of these. These are just the best pump spells. And then I'm playing a couple of flex slots. So I really love Royal Treatments. You don't want to have 4 of these because it doesn't stick on Inkmoth Nexus, so that's important to know. So I'm playing a split between 2 Snakeskins and 2 Royal Treatments. Now, you can also count Thoughtseize as a bit of a protection spell. And then I'm just playing a singleton Groundswell. Honestly, you could play something else in here. You could play like 1 Become Immense, but I've been really down on Become Immense because the format is fast. You can maybe play a 4th Scale Up, that's really fine. Then, when you look at the threats, Phyrexian Crusader, this is the main reason to play the deck. Protection from red and white, very relevant, very good. It wins games on its own. Ignoble Hierarch, you play green-black, so you want Ignoble instead of Noble. Plague Stinger, you know, it has flying, it has evasion. And then you can see I'm playing 4 Venerated Rod Priests and not Glistener Elves. This has changed from the past. In Golgari, I always played Elves. I just really don't like them anymore. They are only good in matchups where people do not have blockers, but if we look at the top deck of the format right now, it's basically Domain Zoo, Ragdoll Scam, Yawgmoth. Elf sucks in all of those matchups. So that's why I'm not playing in the main, and Venerated Rod Priest is really good in those matchups. Except against Yawgmoth, but you catch my drift, right? Call of the Ring. I really also like the combination of Call of the Ring and Venerated Rod Priest, because Rod Priest not only has Toxic 1, but it also deals damage. So I've won games in the past where Rod Priest just kills with regular damage. It adds up, especially with Call of the Ring and the abilities. You're actually able to tempt your creatures quite often, because in the upkeep the ring tempts you, so you get to the modes very, very quickly. So you're actually able to start dealing a lot of damage, regular damage with these things. So I don't know, I've been really liking this. And that's the main board. As I said, I haven't tested with this build specifically, so we will see how it goes. And let's just pop up the sideboard on screen. So for sideboarding, Necromancer, I love this in black-green, you know, it just destroys combo decks. Most combo decks rely on one card to win the game, so if you just name this, you win. 3 Glistener Elves, because you really want this against specific matchups, like Tron, for instance, really good, or against Titan, really good. 3 Fatal Pushes, really good against creature-based matchups. 1 Pick Your Poison, 2 Force of Vigors. I could see myself increasing these. Still playing 2 chokes, but blue is a bit on decline, so maybe I should swap 1 choke for 1 more Pick Your Poison, but I'm going to try it like this right now. Then 2 Valor Summers. Pretty stock sideboard, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's just dive into the game and see where it goes. Before we get started, I want to thank MTG, of course, for sponsoring the video. If you're interested in buying cards on Magic Card Market and you live in Europe, check out their website. You can find all the information in the description in this video. Right, let's dive in. I would like to play first. Yes, thank you very much. I'm actually happy to go back to Golgari. It's been a long while. I mean, this hand has turn 2 Pressing Crusader. We are playing against a white deck, so this could be good enough. If I'm just assuming that Ignoble will die, so I really want to draw a land. Now we have 2 draw steps to do just that. Marsh, Ignoble. Our opponent mulligan to 6. So if we just turn 2 Pressing Crusader, that's probably good enough, mostly. Depending on the deck, of course. But I really like playing turn 2 Pressing Crusader. It's just so strong. Card is nuts. Sacred Foundry. So if they don't kill Ignoble, I mean, this is going to be a very easy game. Damn! That's unfortunate. So we need to draw a land. It's not a land, but it's a threat. I can play it, so I'm currently okay with this. I just need to draw my land and we're good to go. Now, this deck plays 21 lands, so it's quite a lot. We shall see how much removal they actually have. Renin 6. So I need to draw a land and I think we just win the game. That's pretty much it. Okay. So it's not a land, but it's fine. Venerated Rot Priest, you know. This is why I really don't like Elf anymore. Rot Priest is much, much better. So they play Rogrin Triome. That's really okay. They take up Ren. I probably want to try and kill Ren with this Rot Priest. They get rid of it. That's fine. I just need to draw my land and we're good. So I failed to find a land. Pretty unlucky here. Yep, that sucks, but nothing I can do about it. So let's just slam in. We're still fine. As long as I find the land soon, we're going to win this. Because Crusader carries this game on its own. Play the Steam Vents. It is a matchup where Choke is going to be really good. So again, Omnath, don't care. It doesn't block Crusader, so fine. I just need to draw a land soon. That's pretty much it. If I'm going to lose this game, it's because I failed to find the land. Let's see. They're just going to destroy Stinger with Ren, but I'm going to play it anyway. I just don't want them to find a bunch of lands. They need to kill Plague Stinger. The 1 ring, yeah, that's game. Okay, so pretty unlucky here not finding the land, but okay, what can you do about it? So sideboarding, I like Necromancer. We're going to name the 1 ring every single time. And these are all pretty good. Probably not Veil of Summer. Counter Magic is not what this matchup is all about. I just want to have more threats. Necromancer is really good, and chokes are going to be devastating if they do not expect it, which they won't, of course. Now, what are we swapping? We need to cut something, right? So what I don't like in this matchup is scale up. We don't need these. It's a bit too much. I need to prevent them from, from taking control of the game. And I do that by keeping my threats alive. If I can just slam in a bunch of times, we're going to win. So scale up is not that great. And then pretty much everything that does not give protection is something that I want to cut. Bringing in Glistener Elves, Plague Stingers do become worse. I'm going to cut 2 of these, not too many. And then, honestly, since I'm playing Necromancers, maybe I should trim Thoughtseizes, but I think I would just want to have stuff that protects my creatures, basically. So I'm going to cut that Singleton Groundswell. Maybe I should cut 1 Call of the Ring, because what they're going to do is they're just going to destroy all of my threats. So I should probably cut 1 more Call of the Ring, and maybe I should bring in either 1 Plague Stinger, have threats, or the Singleton Groundswell. Probably Plague Stinger, I think that's better. Alright, let's submit. This is one of those matchups where you play Phyrexian Crusader and you win. It's really that simple. So I'm going to play first. I'm going to keep... Let's see how lucky I am with my drawing of lands. But I mean, this hand's really good. So I'm going to actually start with Rot Priest because I'm expecting my first play to die. Now that I think about it, maybe... What do I want to have killed? Ignoble or Rot Priest? I'd probably rather have Venerated Rot Priest now I think about it. So I'm going to play the Ignoble. And if they don't kill it, that's looking pretty good. They Subtlety, the Ignoble. Huh. Good thing about putting it on the bottom, because I really want to draw land. It's the same thing. I don't need the Ignoble. I need land. I need mana. So them using Subtlety on Ignoble is interesting, to say the least. Unexpected. They play Misty and pass. I do another Ignoble. I'm just going to play it. So again, Mana Screw is, is possible. Would be unfortunate losing twice because of Mana Screw. This deck plays, again, 21 lands, so normally that should be more than enough. So end of turn, they fetched up a Triome. They played Flooded Strand. They pitched Counterspell, by the way, to the Subtlety, so... Again, if I can just untap with this Ignoble, play Rot Priest, it's looking pretty good. I have 3 protection spells, so that Rot Priest is not going to die. Ren and 6... So, Rot Priest would have been better there. Aha! Now we're talking. So, play the Rot Priest, let's see what they do. So, they retake a land, that makes sense. Kind of hoping that they try and kill Rot Priest. Because I have a lot of protection spells. Leyline Binding, so I'm going to say, okay. Target that. I'm going to treatment this. So it gains Hexproof. They're going to take a poison counter. That will work. Nice. That's a good start. Let's see. I think I want to name the One Ring, but question is, if I'm going to be doing that, then they can just try and kill Rot Priests. So here's what I have to consider right now. Either I'm going to keep up mana open to try and protect Rot Priest. Now, the fact that they just F6 through the turn means they have 3 cards in hand, so it's probably not going to be removal, right? So I think I have to get rid of the One Ring, because that's definitely going to kill me. And accept that if they do have more, removal, so be it. Like they could have a board wipe, but my stuff wouldn't be able to protect from this anyway, so I think I'm just gonna fetch up. Let's get an Overgrown Tomb. I'm gonna name the One Ring here. They could counter this, but that's honestly okay. So we see their hand. They have Omnath and a bunch of lands. Okay. So let's get rid of these One Rings. Do they have anything spicy in the deck? Let's see. Nothing that seems out of the ordinary. So 2 Verdicts for Solitudes. Bolts, Binding, Counter Spells. Yep, pretty stock. Okay, and pass. They take back the Forests. We're going to take Kahira in the hand. Now, this is interesting. I mean, I can understand why they didn't play Omnath. Look at the mana. But if they... My guess is that they probably drew a removal spell, but failed to realize that in order to play the removal spell, they needed to... It has Ward 1. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe it's also possible that they just want to play... They just want to play Omnath. And then immediately be able to fetch. I guess that's why. So I'm going to have to start thinking. Do I want to kill this Wren? Or do I want to just slam in with Rot Priest and try and get him with poison? Definitely not going to be able to get them with light totals. So I think I just need to find Phyrexian Crusader and win. That's really what this matchup is about. Crusader, you win the game. Easy peasy. Especially since we've gotten rid of the One Ring. There we have Omnath. I'm curious if they attack, if they will block. Because I could just kill Omnath with a pump spell and still give them a poison counter. I don't hate that. So they fetched, so you get a bunch of mana. They will try and prismatic ending the Rock Priest, so I'm gonna make him pay one first. And then ward one. Sorry, I'm gonna make him take a poison counter first, then ward. The question is, do I want to play another Royal Treatment? I think I do, because if I draw Phyrexian Crusader, I want to have Vines to kill them immediately. And I can still Vines play Flusterstorm. Okay, so this is fine. I will not pay. So they currently have no blue mana up. So do I want to kick the Vines? Is it even relevant? Probably not. I'm just going to put them like this. Now what I really want to draw is probably the One Ring. What am I saying? The One Ring. The Call of the Ring. And they are now up to 6 poison counters. So again, I want to find Phyrexian Crusader. Choke doesn't do much at this spot. I mean, I'm going to use it because that means I tap them from blue mana. They have fetch lands though, so it's not as impactful this time around. They fetched not that many islands, which is unfortunate. Play Flooded Strand, return Misty with Wrenn, and now they're going to play Kahira. Probably just going to get in with the beats. Yep, that's okay. Nurturing Peatland. Let's just sacrifice this one. Draw Phyrexian Crusader. That is not Phyrexian Crusader. Ignoble. Pass. They're gonna kill it with Wrenn, but I mean, I have to. So they kill Ignoble with Wrenn. Probably just going to slam in and pass. Again, if I draw Phyrexian Crusader, we should be good. Statistically, we've now seen 15. We're going to see 15 cards, so we should start getting close to Phyrexian Crusader. So I'm going to make 1,000,000 mana. Just going to take Rock Priests. I think we are dead now. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are dead. Let's see if we would have found Phyrexian Crusader or where it was somewhere in the deck. I'm not sure. I don't think. Maybe I should increase the land count in the deck. I'm already... of course, next one. It always is. I don't think I want to increase the land count in this deck, honestly. I'm already playing 21. That's a lot. Let's just go to the next round. So I'm going to play again. I do remember that in the past, I used to play 23 lands at some points. But yeah, that's a no-lander. This is the mulligan. Feels... No. 21 lands with 4 ignobles. I don't know, it should be enough. 1 lander. Guess I'll keep. I'm gonna keep. Let's cut 1 stinger. And I'm gonna start with Rock Priest and yield. Okay, they're going to marsh, pitching Troll, and get rid of Rock Priest. That's honestly okay. I'm just gonna play. So I need to present a bunch of threats here. We did find Inkmoth Nexus, which is fine. If I can Call of the Ring here, what I can do is I can play Call of the Ring, even if they get rid of Stinger, which I think they will. And then I... Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to play Call of the Ring. I think that's the best. But I want to be able to draw some cards here. Especially since they didn't get rid of Stinger. That's a good sign. I want to keep this Thoughtseize for next turn so I can get it from the One Ring if they have it. I want to... You know, this is the matchup where the One Ring is the most important thing. They cycle trail, reveal swamp, that's fine. Let me just pop this one on here. Cling to dust, yeah, that's going to be a bit too slow. Nice. So again, a bit mana screwed. I want to have lands. If they destroy this, that's really okay, because that means I get to find my lands. I think I'm going to take Forest here. I have Ignoble, so this deck plays a lot of basics, so I'm okay here. Yeah, not unhappy. This will tempt me. I will, of course. So, okay, so what's going to happen? I'll explain this now, the first time we've seen this. So what happens is, at the upkeep, the ring tempts you, right? When the ring tempts you, these are the abilities. Maybe it's been a while for people, so let me just go over them. So first, you have to choose a ring bearer. It becomes legendary and can't be blocked with creatures with greater power. Now, I have 1/1, so that's pretty much everything. And then this is going to happen every upkeep, and whenever the ring tempts you, it goes down. So next turn, if it still lives, it's going to have, when it attacks, you get to loot. After that, it has, when it becomes blocks, that creature has to be sacrificed. And last time, when it deals combat damage, each opponent loses 3 life. Now, for me personally, the first 2 are the most important ones, which is actually really good, because that's the one that's going to be triggering first. And what I can do with the One Ring is, Call of the Ring, is now, when I choose a creature as a ring bearer, pay 2, you draw. So that's what's going to happen. I'm going to say, okay, this one is a ring bearer, and now I may do this, right? It's a may ability, and I will, of course, always do this. So it's really, really powerful. And it feels like I'm ahead by so much right now. Let's Thoughtseize first, see what they have. Ah, there we go. Nice. It's really cool that we just anticipated this perfectly, what I was aiming towards. It's also cool that I have Call of the Ring, and now I'm going to take Thoughtseize and take away the One Ring. And they have just a hand filled with lands, and this is what the match is going to be about. So nice. Really good. Feel very much in the driver's seat currently. Really want to keep my Thoughtseize as long as possible. So here, don't really care what they're going to do. They're just going to die because I have Scale Up and Royal. I'm going to tempt. I can choose Ignoble as a ring bearer if I want to, but of course I'm not going to do that. Now they're going to, in response, get rid of a land. I'm not sure, if I'm being honest, if that was the correct choice for them. They probably don't know how many basics I actually have in the deck. Just going to float green if they want to try and kill my threat now, which is something that they should do. I'm going to choose Plague Stinger again. I've chosen, so I get to draw. Yes, please. We draw Phyrexian Crusader. That's nice, but I don't need it. Phyrexian Crusader is not the best in this matchup, and I'm just going to kill them. There we go. Nice. We really did see the power of Call of the Ring. I love the card. It's really strong. If we don't get mana screwed, I really like... The deck feels good, you know, even the first game. Keep in mind, I was mana screwed both games, and game 1 of round 1 would have been an easy win if I would have just been able to play Phyrexian Crusader. So currently, the deck feels strong, I'm not going to lie. So I want to prevent the One Ring from resolving. That's pretty much it. So what you want to do is you want to Necromancer for the One Ring. You want to have more threats. Phyrexian Crusader is really bad in the matchup, so that's going to be cut because it doesn't protect from anything. It costs 3 mana, it's too much. We're going to swap 3 Crusaders for 3 Elves. That's an easy swap. And then we have Pick Your Poison to get rid of the One Ring if it lands, and then you have Veiler Summons because everything's black in the deck, so that's pretty much it. And then what you want to do is you want to have threats. That's pretty much it, and you need to protect them. So Scale Up is not that good in this matchup. You want to have ways to protect your creatures. I don't want to trim down too much. Call of the Ring is really good too. They have trouble dealing with it. So I'm going to cut 1 Groundswell. Probably just going to cut the 4th. Phyrexian Crusader 2. 3 mana is not where you want to be. And now I have to start thinking what I'm going to cut. Maybe 1 Thoughtseize. Maybe 1 Scale Up. Yeah, probably just double Scale Up, honestly. That's going to be it. Yeah, okay, submit. Yeah, this hand's pretty good. I'm going to keep. So again, against this deck, what you want to do is, let's hope they don't have Thoughtseize turn 1. They do. That's unfortunate. So what you want to do against this deck is wait for turn 3 to Thoughtseize, because you want to take the One Ring. And I can protect my Thoughtseize with Veiler Summer. This hand, luckily, is able to deal with a turn 1 Thoughtseize. I think they should take Call of the Ring, if I'm being honest. They don't. They take Thoughtseize. So that probably means that they have the One Ring, and they don't want me taking it. That's what I would guess. Drawing the Rot Priest is really nice. Not going to do anything turn 1. I want to be able to protect my Rot Priest. I'm going to play Marsh, play the Rot Priests. Now, I'm not going to lie, the One Ring is extremely bad for us. But currently, I'm not unhappy with the way things are going. Because now they're going to need to diminish in field Inkmoth Nexus and have an answer of Plague Stinger. And if they now are able to... oh, whoops, I screwed up there. I just passed through the turn. Happens when I'm talking and playing. I should have attacked, put him to pawn poison. Okay, this is interesting. So they're going to take a poison counter, and I think I'm just going to fail a summon here. No, cash in a card. Nice. So they need the One Ring now, because otherwise it's going to be grim for them. They just paid, okay. So I should have attacked with Rot Priest. That's just a huge mistake by me. It happens when I'm streaming and I'm talking while playing, I make mistakes. So they should have been at 2 poison. I don't think it's going to be too relevant, but you never know in these games. So if they have the One Ring, that sucks, but we have Call of the Ring, so at least we get to draw cards as well. Definitely going to play a Damnation. That's okay, because I have Inkmoth Nexus. Now, they do have a Swamp, but I think I just have to go for it, honestly. If they have Fatal Push, they could also have Marsh, but... is the game going to get better the longer it goes on, is the question. I think the question is no, so I'm just going to go for it here. I think I have to. Okay, do you have Fatal Push, my friend? They don't. Nice. Excellent. So them tapping out was dangerous, but they had to do this, right? So nice. Relatively easy win. Let's go to the next one. More to play again. Well, die rolls are good. I would like to start. This hand's good, but it has lands missing again. Remember, I should increase the land count with this deck, maybe. I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna start with Ignoble. The thing is, decks these days, they just have... there's so many 1-mana removal spells that I just always assume that my first creature is going to die. We'll see. If I untap with it, it's looking good. Especially if I draw a land. Turn 2 Crusader, that's just really good. Black. Thoughtseize is okay. Oh, yes. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It means I have mana, so... yeah, let's draw a land and play Crusader. I'm curious to see what they're going to take. This will tell me a bit about their hand. They take Crusader, as they should. Now, they do have black here. They are playing black, so I'm not unhappy with this. That's perfect. I can't complain about that. Let's see what you're dealing with first, and then I get to decide if I'm playing Rot Priest or not. Orcish Bowmasters is probably the one I'm most afraid of. Do I care about this, Liliana? It's 3, so I'm probably just going to take... the Rack is fine. I'm going to take the Bowmasters. I will just play the Rot Priest now that I've seen their hand. I guess they just play the Rack. If they found another Bowmasters, that's unfortunate. But again, I need to draw land, and then I can just attack twice and win. So they play the Rack indeed. They play Grief. Pitching a Marsh. That's honestly not... is that even correct? I mean, they're going to take Might, but do I care all that much? Sure, I'm going to be taking damage, but they're going to play Liliana. Then they sack a creature. It's probably going to be Rot Priests. I don't care about this Grief all that much, if I'm being honest. They take Might. Sorry, they take Defines. Why would they take Fines? Because currently I can't kick Fines for more damage, so I don't know about this. Yeah, I'm just going to use Might straight away. So the thing is, even if they let me discard, I don't know. So if they discard, I still have these threats. That's going to win me the game. And if they let me sack a creature, I still have my Inkmoth Nexus, right? So how am I going to lose here? I should probably see if I find a pump spell first. Okay. So let's think here. What do I can attack for Nexus. Attack with Nexus, I'm going to slam in for 2. I could also attack with What Priest and leave this stuff open. And then try and conjuke them. Maybe that's better. I don't like that. Okay, so this is... Let me just explain a bit further. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack with What Priest on them, put them to 8. And then if they let me sacrifice a creature, that means I can keep Royal Treatment and win next turn. Or if they want to let me discard, I can respond Royal Treatment Rock Priest and still put him to 9. So I think that's better. I think that's one of those plays that's not as obvious. Also, it makes so the rack is worse because I have an extra card in hand. So I like this play. Urza Saga is not going to do anything. So let's see what they do. Discard. So this is what I was talking about. I'm now going to just put them like this. Go. And now I can just win the game. I'm gonna win in a cool way. I'm just going to scale up Fenruscloud Rock Priest and kill him that way. He doesn't just flex points. Alright. Next round. So these days, when you see the rack, it doesn't mean that it's just the rack. It could also be scam. I haven't seen any threats. Definitely want more threats of my own. So I'm not going to bring in Fatal Pushes. Love Veil of Summers, of course. Now I have to think how much do I want Force of Vigors, pick your poisons, etc. So Crusaders are not that great in the matchup. Again, if it doesn't protect it from red or white, you don't want it. Definitely want pick your poison. Do I want Force of Vigors? It's always difficult, you know. They do have Sagas and they have Rag, but that's it. Rag's slow, so I don't even think I want Force of Vigors. Do I want Necromentia? I also don't think so. I think this is fine. Just going to probably trim down on 1 Groundswell and 1 Scale Up. Want to protect my threats. And that's pretty much it. Why I love Call of the Ring against these decks is that if you have Call of the Ring, they have so much difficulties dealing with it. They will not bring in stuff that actually gets rid of the Call of the Ring. So it's really strong there. This hand is not the best. Just one threat in there. If they have Fatal Push, if they have Thoughtseize, it just doesn't do anything. However, I do have turn to kill potential. Is this going to be enough though? So they have like 8 Thoughtseize effects, like around 8 removal spells, and this just doesn't do a whole lot apart from that. Now I do have a lot of good draws, so I really hate mulliganing too often against this deck, so I think I'm just going to keep. You don't want to mulligan too hard because they will just discard whatever you have, so I'm going to keep here and see what I'm going to draw, what I'm going to find. So imagine me just mulliganing to 6 for a different threat with more stuff, then what does that bring me, right? They should definitely take Glistener Elf here. They could also take Vines. That means their hand is filled with removal spells. Thoughtseize. Might as well just play that now. So what do they have? Bowmaster's Edict and the Rack. Don't care about the Rack. Knowing about Edict is good. Bowmaster's unfortunate because it's both threat and removal spell, so I think Bowmaster is the best thing to take here. They play Saga and pass. Yeah, they're gonna play the Rack, that makes sense. Veil of Summer is a nice pickup. Not excellent or anything, but it's fine. Saga and Rack is painful. Maybe I should bring in Force of Vigors. Liliana. Okay. Probably going to discard. Then I'm going to Veil of Summer first. I just want to find threats, see what I discard. I still have to discard because each player. I think I have enough protection spells, so also protection spells don't work against Shieldred. So I think I'm just gonna get rid of Vines. Best pickup here is definitely Inkmoth Nexus. So they have Urborg, so I can just get a forest. Nice no, okay. Let's just pass. If I lose this one, it's fine. I kept my hand knowing that I took a risk. Saga, sure. Another rack, that's fine. Discard. Let's discard treatment, because Snakeskin Veil works on everything. I'm not going to use the peatland. Okay, so that's probably going to take a little Yar activation. I doubt they're going to use Shieldred for that. If they do, that's one... Yeah, that's a big, big mistake. Because if I draw Inkmoth Nexus now, I win. Okay, I'll take it. So I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, so that's fine. Inkmoth Nexus. Okay, so I took damage from the rack. Draw Stinger. Not really good, but I'm going to play it. I need to get rid of this, because if they don't let me sacrifice this, and I draw another pump spell, then I just win. So sack. Dorothy, that's fine. Doesn't really do much against me. It's a bit slow. You didn't lose by them having Dorothy Voidwalker. You lose because you don't have threats. Okay, damage from the rack. Rot Priests. I think I'm dead because they're gonna need to sacrifice. Attack with the... Yeah, this game's over. Looking back on this, I still don't know if I actually won Force of Vigor. It's really not that big of a deal. I'm just gonna leave it as it is. What I really want in my opening hand is Velar Summer. Okay, I don't have it, but I'm gonna keep. Again, I need to draw land. Am I gonna start with Thoughtseize? Or Rot Priests? I think I'm probably gonna start with a Rot Priest. Because if they play Thoughtseize, do I really care? I just need to draw land. I want to have Call of the Ring active. I'm just gonna yield. Okay, so we didn't draw land. That sucks, but okay, so be it. Thoughtseize here. Didn't do anything, so that's nice. Ooh. Grief doesn't do anything. Bowmaster doesn't kill Rot Priests. Doesn't make it so I can't draw cards with Call of the Ring. This is awkward. So maybe I should take the Bowmasters. Now, if they want a Shieldred, it doesn't do all that much. I just need to draw land. Are we seeing a pattern here? Feels like most of my games I lost because of not finding lands. Saga. If they grief me, that's fine, because I have double Call of the Ring. I just want to be able to play Call of the Ring, and I think we win. So I need to draw land, and we're good. There we go, that's a good one. So they have... let's think. I could also play Stinger here. It's probably better. They don't have a lot of removal spells, so I should probably... I'm going to attack with Rot Priest first. Because they only have Shieldred, so I think if I attack now, they will just Shieldred now. And if they don't, I can actually squeeze in one more poison. Okay, cool. There we go. Now I think I want to have threats. So I'm going to play the Stinger. And if we just draw land next turn, we could win because I have lethal. Let's see if they found a black card for Grief. They did. They played Inquisition. It's interesting to me that they pitched Inquisition to Grief. Why just not play Inquisition? Because they want to make a token with Saga. Yeah, that makes sense. So now what are they going to pick? They should pick a pump spell, but I have Call of the Ring. Are they going to return it? This is interesting. I'm okay with this, because I have Call of the Ring, which I'm going to play. Okay, interesting game so far. Let's see what happens. So they're going to make a token. That probably means that they didn't drew a removal spell. The rack is okay. Thoughtseize, that's okay. So this is off to a race. Take damage. I'm going to yield this. Let's think. What do I need to win the game here? So next time I'm going to be taking 4, 5, 6, 7 from the rack at least. I just need to draw. Okay, gonna play this. Play that. Go. Slam in. Pass. Yep, did. They did not forget animating Mishra's Factory. Otherwise, I may have been able to squeeze something out here. They found the scam part for Grief. I think that's the main reason for losing here. The fact that we were able to bring back the Grief with the not dead after all was that was painful. Let's see what I would have found. Looks like Magical Line is not working with me. Sometimes it happens. It sucks. Alright, let's go to the next one. While I am playing this league, a card I didn't think about that I should probably be putting in the sideboard here is Endurance. I think it's going to be a really good inclusion in this deck, especially with the scam matchups everywhere. I think that's something that I should include in the list moving forward. It does feel strong. Feels like I could have just as easily won the rounds that I lost. Bauble. Okay, if we are going to be playing against Murktide, this Fresking Crusader is going to be good. So I'm just going to play this Call of the Ring. Again, you don't need a creature for the Tempting to work. And if they counter this, I'm fine with it. We could have Spell Pierce. Let's just yield. What I can do in my upkeep is in response to the Call of the Ring, I can animate Nexus, which is something that I will do. It's pretty strong. Now, they can't really keep up mana open for Counterspell, because that will not work. Because I can just slam in with Nexus and kill him that way. I could see myself in my upkeep animating Nexus with itself, and then have protection with World Treatment or Vines. I like that, you know, just to have this as a ring bearer. It's cool. You can do some cool stuff with Call of the Ring. So they just play a land and pass. It's interesting for me. I think I'm just gonna... Yeah, I am just going to animate this. I just want to draw some cards. The ring tempts me. I'm kind of hoping that they use removal spell now on Nexus. That's okay, so that's what I was aiming towards. Do I want to use Vines or Royal Treatment, though? I think I'm going to use Vines. If they're going to use another removal spell on Nexus, that's okay. So that's 2 removal spells gone. I'm not unhappy with this exchange. Okay, there we go. Let's pass. Darcy, okay. Now, of course, if they have Counterspell, that sucks. But if I draw land... Do I want to play Stinger? Or do I want to play Thoughtseize? I think I want to play Thoughtseize. Let's see what they have. Not going to be able to do anything else. If they Counterspell this, that's really okay. Okay, nice. So we've gotten rid of the Counterspell. That's another spell gone. just yield. So next turn I have to play Stinger. I would really want to draw land to play Stinger and have mana up for Royal Treatment. That would be ideal. This is going to continue ticking up, so that's okay. They have Ragavan. That's not that good against me. So I really want to draw a land now. So they have they take away Call of the Ring. That's fine. I think I just want to play. If I draw land, Phyrexian Crusader. Nice, that's good. Now with this, it's going to be my Ring Bearer next turn, so I'm going to be dealing a lot of damage very quickly. So that flies, so not much I can do about that. It also has to attack. I can see myself blocking this with Plague Stinger soon. Play the Ragavan. Sure. Tempts you. I'm going to draw. So play this. Let's see if they counter it. They do not. Do I want to attack with Phyrexian Crusader? Do like the looting. I think I want to attack. Gonna discard the Tomb. There we go. Alright, looking good. If I can survive until next turn, I think we're in really good shape. Now the question is, do I want to block Ragavan or Darcy? Subtlety, flashing it in. So if they want to kill me, they need to attack with everything. Subtlety can block Phyrexian Crusader. However, it's my Ring Bearer, so it can't. So I'm hoping that they don't realize this. That would be nice. So they're going to try and kill Stinger. I'm going to try and prevent that from happening. It's fetch first. Forests. I'm going to give it a treatment. If they counter this, I still have vines, so... Okay, that will work. Nice. So now I have to block Darcy. I go to 1. And let's yield. And I have a bolt. That's unfortunate. That really sucks. A lot of removal spells here. Let's see what we would have found if Magical Line lets me do this. This is another matchup where I really wanted Endurance. I think not playing the Endurance here is definitely a mistake the more I play this. So Fatal Push is going to be good. It's not that one. If they play Blood Moon against me, that's unfortunate, but I'm not sure if I want to have Force of Vigor for it. I do like Pick Your Poison, that's nice. Elves are okay. Veil Summers are okay. So is Choke. But it's good enough, I don't know. So Thoughtseize, not that great. You don't want to go too low on life total, so I'm going to swap these. 3 Thoughtseize for 3 push, that's quite easy. Call of the Ring is fine. Not sure if I want to have all these elves. Rot Priest is probably better. Maybe not all of them. I could see myself doing a 2-2 split. It's not bad. So maybe just 1 elf. So 2 elf, 2 Rot Priest, and then I could see myself swapping 1 ring for 1 veil. Maybe 1 Groundswell for 1 veil. Not bad. Let's play it like this. So this hand's pretty medium. I think I'm going to have to mulligan this. This hand's good. I'm going to keep. So I'm going to put the pressure on every turn. So 1, 2, 3, that's good. Let them use their removal spells each turn. So that elf is going to die. Ragavan. This is interesting. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually just going to slam it with elf. Kind of want them to block. If they don't block, I'm just going to push Ragavan. The main thing about Ragavan is that it generates so much mana advantage. They can't really take a lot of cards that are good from our deck, but the treasure tokens makes it so awkward. They can't do nothing here, so okay, nice. So I'm actually just going to Slam in with Elf here first. Drawing Veil of Summer really nice, so I can play Call of the Ring. Kind of hope they counter it. Or at least try to counter this, and then I can Veil of Summer. It would be perfect. If they counter spell, I Veil of Summer, then it's just chef's kiss. Things gonna happen. Nice. So Blood Moon would be really game over, not gonna lie. But I didn't have the capacity to fetch up my basics, so be it. I do have Call of the Ring, so at least it's not game over yet, but it's looking grim. Of course. So let's draw a bunch of cards. Slam in here. Can't be blocked, so it's fine. This is a 2/2, this is a 1/1, so they can't block it, remember. So I'm gonna draw a bunch of cards with this ring. So hopefully, if they don't have removal spells left, I can just find my basics. Looks like they don't have removal. That's good. That's Scalding Tarn. I think that's probably game. I'm gonna draw one card and then just, yeah, this is game over. Nothing I can do about this. Alright, I'm gonna end the video at this point. I don't really feel like playing the last one. I really missed endurances in this build. So I think let's just go over to the deck list to finish up the video. I think if I want to be swapping anything, the sideboard should definitely have endurance. That's the main thing. Wasn't feeling very happy about these chokes. I don't think it's what you want to be doing right now. So definitely 2 choke has to go. Probably 2 endurance. Anything else I would swap? Don't think so. Maybe I'm just going to... How many games did I lose because of Mana Screw? I think this deck needs more lands. I'm just going to trim this Groundswell for another land. But the deck did really feel more powerful than I expected. Call of the Ring is a very good card. But it needs some tweaking. But I'm going to experiment a bit more with Black-Green because it did feel quite strong. And again, I do feel like we were able to win more games than we did. But that was today's video. Hope you liked it. Let me know what you guys think. And if you have suggestions, always welcome, because it's interesting. I like brewing around. And I'm thinking about trying Sultai again in another video. But that was it for this one. Right? See you. Bye.